What's going on, people?
How you doing, man? You good?
I'm chilling. I'm chilling. How you guys doing? You good?
Yeah, man, we're doing all right. What are you up to, man? You're out in the boonies there. What's going on?
That's how I do now. Right? That's my painted background. It's my airbrush background. Man. So how you guys doing?
We're okay, man. It's getting a little bit fuzzy, like Groundhog Day shit.
Yeah,
Same old,
you know what
same
though?
old every day.
Listen, man, it's all good. I mean, I say it's all good. I'd love to be back on the mats, love to be like, getting right back at it. I mean, that's my key for everything. Like, why I say key for everything. That's the goal right now. Know what I mean? But at the same time, like, we're getting bonuses with this. Know what I mean? Like, I'm getting to spend like a lot of time with my family that I didn't get to really spend before. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah, for
I get
sure.
to spend. Yeah, man. Like my children are so busy. Like they're doing so much. Like when this isn't going on, and like I've probably spent more time with my children now than I've spent with them in a long time. I mean, they're both in school. They're both glued to books. They're both in different cities, and you know
Yeah, but
when
they're
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 when they're
much
with.
older than mine, though, right?
Oh yeah,
Yours
absolutely.
are grown adults now. So
Dude, dude, I don't have children. People ask me, about my children. I said, I don't have children. And what, you don't have children? I said, I don't have children. I got adults, but I have no children.
yeah, mine are still all
But yeah,
here with me, So
yeah, that's
they're still at
listen,
home, which is good.
well, yeah, absolutely. It could be a nightmare at times too, but like it's
Yeah, they can
definitely like
drive you crazy.
it's a
Yeah,
blessing in disguise. You know what I mean? I
yeah,
mean, that's the bonus behind everything. I mean, the part about running businesses and stuff like that. Unless you have like I wasn't saying unless you have like a major corporation, but I've seen major corporations just folding under this thing already. I
hmm
mean, so it depends on how you play it. It really depends on how you play it and how everything goes.
yeah. I
Right?
mean,
So
I think it's definitely a very sensitive thing to be dealing with. I mean, there's a lot of people that can
oh
handle it and are doing well and are managing it well, but there are others that are
yeah,
just in bad spots. And I
oh
think
horrible.
I think that there's people in the middle ground somewhere too. But
Yeah,
I just feel bad for those that are dealing with landlords that are not, you know, doing the right thing. I mean,
well yeah,
we're all in this situation where we didn't have a choice. We were placed in
yeah,
this situation, and for
yeah,
you to take advantage of it, or to at least not to try to accommodate, I think that's bullshit,
yeah,
man. That's bullshit. Because I've heard a few people had to
yeah,
close because the
100%.
landlords weren't willing to work with them.
Yeah, I mean, when a landlord isn't willing to work with you, I definitely see that being a problem. But at the same time, I see like man, I gonna play the other side too. I mean, like I get you because I'm on your side with this.
No,
Know what I mean? Like
yeah,
the landlords say, but some landlords are like, oh, I don't know, like what our economy's gonna be after this, so I might as well gather everything I can. Like how people were hoarding toilet paper like crazy, but I mean, people they're just gonna try to hoard money and be like, oh, I don't know what's going on, big man. Oh, he's huge now, huh? Look at that.
yeah.
But yeah,
He's
so I
turning
mean,
12, like at the end of the week.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
when's his birthday again?
31st May.
Man, just a couple days after Rickson.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Mm.
yeah,
No, but
and
I
I, and
think
I,
that the ones that I feel that I kind of have a little bit more of a like, come on, you guys are being assholes, are the big corporations like the plazas. They're
yeah,
owned by these big big corporations, and for them,
yeah,
and they're the ones that are being the worst. They're the ones that are being like, nope, we want our money. I mean, I can understand
yeah,
the small, like a small building, and the landlord still has to pay some kind of mortgage or bills and stuff
yeah,
like that. Okay, I can understand them being a bit of more of a stickler about it. But when you have these big corporations who own big giant plazas, and they're like, "Screw you, little man, pay or get out," it's rough, man.
yeah. It's a rough goal. It's a definitely a very difficult situation on everybody's team. Maybe they see something in the future where it's like, oh, this is going to last a lot longer than people think, or maybe they're like, you know what, I'm just going to get everything I can now, and then I'm going to out in the future. You know what? You're right. It's they're gouging. You know what I mean? And they should be able to work with people, but maybe they're on the panic too. So to turn around and say, they're all at fault. Yeah, listen. I don't
No, I
agree
think at
with
this point,
what they're doing, but I think
yeah.
a lot of them are doing like this long term panic too, right? So
No, I
or
mean,
looking for an
I
out.
just think the way that everything has been handled by, I guess, I hate to say it, but the government is where really like, man, guys, this could be quite simple, as if you just freeze everything, you know, freeze everything, you know,
Man, that's it.
and
That's
then
yeah.
if the landlord,
That's a
listen,
rough go.
if the landlords don't have to worry about bills and paying shit, then we don't have to worry about paying shit either, right?
Yeah.
So if freezing just makes sense, but you know how the world works, man. It doesn't work like that. Somebody
Yeah.
needs
No.
to make money somewhere. So
Well, it's not just that.
whether we're in a virus or a pandemic or whatever it is, doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's a hard go on both sides. So it's difficult to even pick one side over the other. For
Yeah.
me, listen, just play it like sort of one meal at a time. Know what I mean? Like make sure I'm eating, make sure my family's eating, make sure my people are eating. Know what I mean? So
I'm just doing the best that I can with what I got, and that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Know what I mean? Make do with the best you got, and keep trying to get more.
Yeah, and then right now, I mean,
hey, what's going on, Ashton? I can because the lights on this thing, I could barely see all the comments. Hey, where am I here? Where am I here? Yeah, oh man, now I'm just going through the comments. Safari backdrop, almost.
You wish.
No, it's not a safari. It's warm up here. It's probably warmer up here than this down there.
Mm-hmm. Your video's lagging a little bit. I can hear you fine. Your video's lagging a bit.
How are we now?
Spinning.
Okay, hold on. Let me try something. Any better?
Hopefully it'll come back. Just keep talking.
It's my good. Like you said. All right. You know what? I tell you what. I'm gonna jump off, or I'm gonna try to jump off and try to jump back on, see if it kicks back in.
Well, you try doing that, because all
right.
I think I'm fine.
All right. Give me 1 second.
Go off a bit, and I'll try to bring it back in.
You know what? Fighters Mark Canada says, I think if renters just have to pay the TMI, which would cover their costs, I think things would survive. Absolutely. I listen. The TMI should be.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with my landlord.
Yeah. So if everybody's working this way, we should be able to. I mean, Jeff, you're definitely moving in the right direction, where everybody gets a little bit of something, but not everybody. Nobody's really gouging. People are just trying to cover their basics.
Well, I think most people would agree to that. You know what I mean? If they were just a little bit of back and forth, where everybody's happy and come to an agreement that's fair. You know what I mean? I just don't.
Oh, absolutely.
It's the ones that are like, no, we don't care. We want all our money. Those are there. Like, come on, guys. Seriously, we're all in the same boat here. You know what I mean? We're all struggling with.
We're all on the planet, right? We're on the planet together.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me 1 second. I'm going to try to jump off and get my video kicking again.
Sounds
all right.
Good. All right, we'll see if we can try to make this work again. See if we can bring him back on. Hope y'all doing well. Miss you all. There he is. He's back.
Oh, I'm back. There we go. Sorry, guys. A little bit of technical difficulty. We got beautiful scenery, but we don't have the best reception.
All right, man.
So, okay.
Let's move on. I get tired of talking this stuff every day. So.
Yeah, man. Listen, I find it like who's listen. I have no beard.
No, you're talking about
most friends who work.
Talking about mine, man.
Oh, okay.
What up, Luke? So listen, man. I don't think
yes.
you want to listen to us talk about COVID-19.
No, dude. You know what? Too much of this craziness. Too much. Don't worry. They're all talking about it when we're not here.
Yeah.
All right.
So let's start with something.
Wait. Before we start, guys, if you have any questions, just hit them up, right? And
we'll try our best to follow along with the chat.
Yeah, I'll try to answer as much as I can without incriminating anybody.
So listen, recently I did a little, thing called this Insta Live podcast. I think you heard about it.
Okay.
And I was talking about some of the crazy things we did back in the day, and a certain story came up about somebody going through some glass door.
Oh,
Would you
listen,
would you care
man.
to elaborate on that?
Um, Igor, no, not yet, not yet. I'm not. You know what? Sorry. So I mean, Igor's
Yeah,
asking a
yeah,
question. No turkey. No, yeah, no turkeys yet. You know what? I'm not a big turkey eater, so I won't like. If I'll go,
yeah. I like
muchas
turkeys.
gracias. But yeah, no turkeys. I'm not a big turkey eater, but if I go hunting, like if I go turkey hunting with people and they're willing to eat the turkeys, for sure. I won't just go out and hunt just to hunt. If I'm going there, it's got to be edible for sure, for the most part. We'll go on about that after. Okay, so the window. So yeah, we were just training. We were just training. I don't think we were like. I don't want to say we weren't training hard. We were training hard. We were
No,
always trying to
we
like.
were
We're trying to
having a
always
good
up
one.
each other's levels. Know what I mean? Yeah, we're having a good. We're having
We were
good
having a
rounds,
good
man.
one, man.
You know, my whole thing was always trying to get ahead of you because it was like I was always getting beat down no matter what. And I know you're gonna try to deny it and say whatever. Man, listen,
Nah,
guys, no matter what he says, the guy used to trample me. Like I used to go home some nights
no, man,
like
no, man.
I wouldn't say punching walls, but man, I was like, oh, I just want to get because it was always you were just like far enough ahead of me that when I was like, okay, I have something, you already like you're already like you already had answers for it. Like wait, right when I figured it out, I was like, okay, I figured it out. You're like, no, too bad. You know what I mean? So it was like I think it was the drive to always like push, and it wasn't anything like personal against
No, man.
you or
No,
Justin
man.
or Antonio or any of our training partners. Because
No,
I mean, getting caught is part
I
of
was
it.
very
Yeah.
clear about that. Even to this day, I'm very clear about that.
Yeah.
It was special because there was no animosity at all.
No,
Like
no, not at all.
outside the
I found
mats,
the harder we trained,
outside
the
the
closer
mat.
we were
Yeah,
together.
exactly. Like
Yeah,
outside the mats, we were tight and we were brothers, man. We would like,
yeah.
hang out together, do a lot of stuff together, go out together, and we were tight, man. We cared about one another. We would take a bullet for one another, you know what I mean? But inside the
Oh
training,
yeah,
it was like something, man. We just
100%.
had to like give it our all every day,
But you know what the thing is but we're being honest. The thing is, we're being honest with each other. We're not just like, well, I know I can just trample him here, so I'll let him have something.
No,
You
man.
can't let your training partners do that. You got to keep them honest. You got to like, I can't let you make mistakes. You can't let me make mistakes. And like the biggest compliment I've ever heard, and I've said this a few times. I asked somebody about another competitor, and I was like, so what's he good at, or what does he do, or they turn around and it's like, man, to turn around and tell you like he's good at this, he's good at that, he's pretty much well rounded at everything. He says, but the biggest attribute I could tell him is he doesn't make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, wow. I was like, he says, if you're gonna beat him, you got to be ahead of him the whole time. You got to do
Yeah,
this. He doesn't make a mistake. Right?
yeah,
You can't turn around and say, well, you know what, I'm gonna wait till he does something. Right?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, no, you can't. You know what I mean? You got to be ahead of the
Those are
game.
those are
And
those are the guys that know how to win because they don't
yeah,
they don't make
and
mistakes.
I'm
They
not to
they
say
know how to win. They know how to be in that
the
mindset.
guy has been
You know.
the guy has been training for so long. You know what I mean? Like he's been around for a long, long time, and it was just like, okay, you know what I mean, like I don't want to say like you take the guy simple or anything like that. The guy's been around. He's done a lot of stuff, and he just makes no mistakes. And every time you look for something, you better make sure you get it, because
Mm-hmm.
every time he looks for something, he's going to make sure he gets it too. So, it wasn't he didn't play a waiting game with me. I didn't really play a waiting game with him. But he was just phenomenal. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It was just like when I found myself in a position where it was like, oh, you know what? This isn't good. You know what I mean? And he found himself in a position where this isn't the best. We both had to capitalize the best we could and get the results that we got
Yeah.
from it. So I mean, the guy, it wasn't just him being the player. It was just the way it was described. It was like,
Right.
does he have a good guard? Yeah, of course he's got a good guard. Look at him. Does he have a good stand-up game? Oh, of course he's got a good stand-up. Good passing game? Of course he's got a good stand-up. All right, what should I look out for? Well, to tell you exactly what you should look out for, to tell you, it's he was like, you could do a lot of things, a lot of opportunities, but it was like, doesn't make mistakes.
Yeah.
So you got to be on. You got to be there before he's there. You got to 100%, right?
Yeah.
Right. Don't make mistakes, right? And again, like we talk together, right? We say like, we can't let each other just like, be soft on it. Jax, what you got? What you got, Jax? You have a question?
Well, on that particular occasion, I remember vividly that we were having one of those "we're not backing down" rolls.
No, we never really did. Oh, meu parceiro.
Is there?
Look who's joined us.
Thiago George.
Iago George is on with us. Bom dia, meu mano.
Bom dia, bom dia. So the question
Yeah,
is there a training partner that clicked a light on for either of you and kind of became your idol? I'm looking at him.
Man, you know what? What's going on?
I'm looking at my idol, man.
Man, oh man, like to say it's one person, like there's a lot of stuff that you did that I was just like, okay, that's it. Like everything that he does, like, I mean, there's specific like people that I've trained with and stuff like that. Like all my training partners, I always looked up to. You know what I mean? Like I always turn around and said, like, this guy just always does this, and I would say, oh, he does this to me. Man, I saw how he just. This is how he lives life, man. Look at the type of person he is. Look how he looks at life. You know what I mean? Like there's people like that. There's people like the wind is killing. Is that better? Is that better? Is it less windy?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Maybe I should just change the angle a little bit. Okay, yeah, but I mean, for one person, man, it's hey, Jesus, it's super hard to say, man. Like.
Yeah.
Like you had a lot of stuff that you used to do, so it was like every day I try to like take bites out of something, man. But like, nah, I wouldn't say idolize, but there's always like stuff that people do that you want to take out of their personalities or their accomplishments and be like, okay, there's a goal.
Well, for me, I mean, man, from where we were to where we are. Man, even back in the day, I used to say, yeah, we're brothers, we're tight, we train hard. But I was say, man, I'm your biggest fan, man. You're a talented guy. You've always been a talented guy. And I've always
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I mean, I try to work hard.
I always admired what you were trying to accomplish and what you did accomplish. And not just you. Like, I think that, I'm super proud of all the guys and what they've become and what they were able to accomplish.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, your biggest fans. Like when I follow you guys and I try to see where you're at and where in your lives and what you're trying to do, and luckily for us, fortunately for us, we found each other and we found jiu-jitsu.
Absolutely,
and,
absolutely.
And that's been amazing.
Give me half a second. I'm going to cut the wind right here.
There you go.
Can you still hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, perfect. The wind shouldn't hit inside my shirt. Perfect. Somebody wants her ankle back. Marco.
I know that is. Aaron. Big Aaron. You don't remember him. It's from back in the Warrior days.
Oh.
Back rolling in the hardwood floors.
Yeah, but should we give him his foot back?
No.
No, that's mine, man. You got it. All right, you can have it back now. What's going on, Adam? Our cousins up here too. I got family up here, friends up here. Everybody's up.
Oh man, this is.
I knew this is. So sorry. We digress. But here, let's finish with the window. Listen, we were having an absolutely.
Your memory of it.
We're having a great roll. It was back and forth. We ended up on our feet. We're trying to I think one of us was. We're both going for a takedown at some point, and we were close to the the door, like the garage door, and yeah, dude. As soon as you I'm looking at the mats because I'm trying to look for my throw. I'm trying to clean my hip. I'm trying to get in, and all of a sudden, pop! I just look up and we're about maybe half an inch from that window, but we were going forward so quickly that I was as I looked, the first thing I did is I tried to put my feet in front of me instead of behind me, and I just grabbed onto because as soon as at first I was like, okay, don't break the window, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
or don't
because Shaw's gonna be
because I
pissed at
mean we
us
had
again.
well one yeah he's
He
gonna be
got mad
pissed, but
at
I mean
listen. He got mad at us a lot, so you know.
yeah. But listen, it wasn't unwarranted though. There's a lot, man. Listen, it wasn't unwarranted. It's not like he just freaks out. It was actually quite the opposite. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know what I mean. Like we broke the window and yeah, you just were like, okay, it's okay, it's just a cut. And then I was like, that's a pretty big chunk taken out of your head.
What? Come here for a second. What? Bend down so we can see you.
Man, you guys are huge. These guys are huge now. I knew your dad before you were born.
She was a baby, like a baby. I was holding her in
Oh,
my arms when we got our black belts together. Remember, she was there. She was like a
oh,
baby.
like
Actually,
this
no, our
big.
brown belts when we got our brown belts.
Yeah, no,
I think so. It
no.
was
I got
either
my
brown
brown
or
belt.
black, and she was there.
Yeah,
And
I got
she
my
like
brown belt
less than a
in
year old.
Rio.
Right.
I I got my brown belt in Rio in
Yes. Yeah, yeah. So was our
yeah,
black belt, man. She was there. She was just a baby, like
yeah.
not even 1 year old, I think. Anyhow.
Man, that was a crazy day too. That was a crazy day. That was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, a little
But yeah,
bit.
we touched the window. You went through.
Yeah.
You know, what scared me the most is not like breaking the window, is the follow through because it were in those like panel sections. It was like I think it was like a 2x3 or a
Yep.
2x2 little sort of
Yep.
like window panels. When you went through, it didn't like the whole window didn't pop. Know what I mean? It was just like it broke and it broke into like big chunks. And you tried to put your hand on the ground on the outside of the window,
Yeah, but
and I was just like
I didn't even
holding on.
reach it. I
And
was like,
then
oh shit.
I went. Well, there was listen. If your hand would have touched that wood, you would have got one of those big like shards like in your stomach. And I was just like, oh man, this can't be like a good deal. So it's just like, wait. And I was just like, oh, slow, just please come back. And you turn around, you just held your head and you're like, and you were more pissed. Not that it hurt or anything, that you were just like, okay, well, the training's over. You know what I mean? Yeah, there it is. Hey, listen, I will say this, man. Not to try to, listen, and you always say this, not to try to one up anybody, but I've been put through a window myself while training.
Yeah.
Man, I took a million stitches in the leg for that one too. I went through upside down,
Yeah,
and you know
he threw
what?
you, right?
I
Mama
rem-
Dutch threw you.
yeah, I went
Yeah,
like
your leg went over and hit the glass.
well, it smashed the window. The one leg went through, and then as it went through, it caught the piece of the glass. So basically, what I tried to save your stomach from was what I got on the side of my leg,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
sort of chopped through, and it went. And as soon as it went, the first thing I thought was, okay, know what I mean? It's fine, I guess. Like, and it was, you know what it was? It was okay, one extra round, let's go, because the class had just ended, but another class was going to come in, but we still had like 5 minutes. Okay, one more round, let's go. And I was just like, oh no, it's not going to be good, man. You know what? That wasn't even the worst damage of that round.
Yeah.
I actually got kicked in the side of the head, and it burst
Eardrum.
my eardrum. Yeah, it actually like perforated the tympanic membrane, and it like there was like a little pinhole in there. So when I got hit, everything just started whistling, and I tried to grab him. Then
You
he
still
tossed me.
struggle with that? You still struggle with that?
No, it's fine. It was fine in
Because
like yeah, it was fine in probably about a month.
when I was doing Muay Thai, I remember you were doing a lot of hard bag work, and it was like super intense. And I was like putting too much pressure on my head when I was kicking, like too much pressure, and my left eardrum burst. I passed out, man. I fell on my face and everything, and I've had issues with that ever since, man. I can't like dive in water deeper than 8 feet. Like I struggle when I travel because the pressure on airplanes sometimes.
So yeah, no, it kills, man. So the compression for me, like instead of being pushed outwards, it was pushed inwards. It was like because I got hit, and it pushed in. And what was lucky about him, what the doctor told me, he was like, at first he didn't see like see the perforation, he didn't see a hole, he didn't see anything. But as he like looked a third and fourth time, he said, you know what? There's like a little bone that sort of like everything attaches to. He goes, the rip is like right along the bone. He says, listen, I'm going to give you some drops. You know, you got to put them in like once a day or twice a day. I can't remember. And you got to plug up with cotton. Mm-hmm. He goes, because it's going to.
Yeah.
Buzz, man, there's no crocodiles out here, just gators, caiman. I think the mosquitoes are looking for me too, though.
Yeah.
But
I remember that
yeah.
day with the one thing that really bothered me, and I don't know if you remember, because I was like, I got cut in the eye and a whole bunch of
Hmm.
stuff on my head. I got chunks of skin missing on my forehead from that. And
It's okay. I got chunks of soul missing from some of your takedowns.
and I remember I was holding it and it was like puddling in my hand. I'm like, just give me a towel. We're
Yeah.
good. We're good. We're good. We're gonna be good. We're gonna go again. No worries. And Shaw's looking at
Yeah.
me going,
And it was more the cut on your finger too. It was like, yeah, your head's bleeding. We can maybe do something about that, but the cut on your hand, there's no way we could, grip up on the gi. And I mean, we did. I mean, listen, a lot of people turn around and say you guys were, it was a dumb way to train. It was this, it was that. Listen, man. I don't think it was a dumb way to train. You know what I mean? I think
oh
it was a
man,
good way to
come
train for the
on.
time.
No,
Listen, listen.
no, zero
For the
regrets.
time we were doing.
No
Listen,
regrets.
for the time we did nothing wrong. You know what I mean? We could have done more right. That's for sure. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
well,
But now we're like, but it comes with time. We're not going to know everything on the first day. You know what I mean? That's why we keep coming back, right?
it's
So
always kind of like, it's cliche, but we didn't know any better. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was new to us and was new to the
yeah,
world. And
absolutely. Right?
and we there was a lot of trial and error, a lot of trial and error. Where now there's not as much. Like you have amazing instructors that are teaching and at the highest level, and so some of those mistakes are not being made anymore, right?
Yeah. Okay, so people listening, if I can give you guys sort of like a word of advice, if you guys are watching or listening, listen. You got to take every day of your life and learn something every day. You know what I mean? Because if you haven't learned something that day, you've wasted your day, right? Put something, if you can learn like 10 things, great. You know what I mean? One thing a day, put something together. You know what I mean? Keep something, and make it worthwhile. You know what I mean? I don't care if it's the simplest thing or the biggest thing. Try to learn something every day. Try to pull something in
Yeah,
that you can, something that you could utilize. You know
for
what I mean?
sure.
Maybe you learn something bad or you learn something good, but either way, learn something.
Learn
You
a
know what I mean?
lesson.
Keep educating yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, learn a
Lessons.
lesson in some way, shape, or form.
Doesn't
You
have
know what
to
I
be
mean?
always. Sometimes it's not a positive one. It's you learn from a
Yeah,
negative thing, right?
yeah, you know what I mean? Sometimes you learn that the stove is hot. You know what I mean? Sometimes you learn how to utilize that hot stove. Well, it works. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah.
but learn something. All right, use your day. Don't waste your day. All right, because and if you're at the point where like I don't have to. My cousin wants me to move to Alberta.
Yeah, no, man.
What do you guys say?
Chris,
You know what? What do you guys say? Let's.
Chris Belbus. Chris from Valley
Yes.
Forge.
Oh, oh man, the
Dude,
guy's done. That guy's amazing.
he's always like, just move here, man. Just move to Winnipeg, man. I'm like, come on,
Yeah,
man.
like
You know me, man. I ain't moving to no Winnipeg. You crazy. Someone needs to invite me down
man,
to like
it gets
Florida
too
or
cold.
something, or back home to the Azores, and that'd be good.
That's it, man. That's it. That's it.
All I remember, the other thing I remember is how I acted like such a little, like such a bitch when we got to the hospital because of the stitches.
Dude, I was the same way,
because
man.
I hate needles.
Oh, dude, I was the same way. I hate needles. When I got my leg all cut up, it was the same thing. I was like,
What up,
oh
Sean?
man,
How you
just
doing,
no.
man? How you doing, Pearson? You good?
Oh, Pearson, what's going on, amigo? There's a goon right there, guys.
Big goon. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
That's you know what? I hope he's listening, because I remember like my memory's gotten bad over the years a little bit because we know the history of getting hit in the head a lot, but I remember certain things vividly, and I remember one.
How did it go?
I remember one
What
time Sean was getting ready for a fight, and Sean's like, he comes into the other room and like, Sean needs some sparring partners. Sean needs some people to spar with. And nobody wanted to train with Pearson because he is and was.
Oh, it's man, it just hurts.
A goon, right? So like, no, everybody's
absolutely.
Everybody's looking away. Everybody's like, no. I was like, but you know me, I like to think I was a good training partner and always willing to help out. So I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. And I go to the other room, and I remember I'm sparring with him, and I could hold my own most of the time, but man.
Listen, if you remember sparring with Pearson, then you didn't like it.
Well,
then you didn't like it.
That's what I'm getting at. I remember he hit me, I think, with a jab.
Count it a blessing, though, that you did remember.
Yeah. No, I remember, I think he hit me with a jab. and
Oh,
he hit me. I think it was a
you got some long
jab,
ass arms too.
and I was like, and I remember he hit me. It was so hard that it felt like I had like lightning going down my face. Like it felt like a
Whoa.
lightning bolt down my face on like this way,
You got that.
and I backed
You
up,
got that
and I was
Harry
like,
Potter.
yeah. I was like, fuck,
You got Harry Pottered, man.
and man, I was like, please stop for a second, like because my face hurt really bad.
Man, how do you
It
think
was
Riddle? How do
never,
you?
yeah, it was never a pleasant experience training with Pearson, whether it was sparring or rolling. It was just,
How, how do you think Riddle felt? Because he took
yeah,
a whole heap of those, man.
dude, man, he
Eh?
retired that dude, no?
Bless him. Listen, bless him for having, staying in that whole fight, man. Just, oh,
Yeah, man.
yeah, geez, poor guy.
No,
Mm.
it was good, man. It was
Pearson,
good.
listen, Pearson picked me up one day. Well, at specific time, Pearson picked me up. I went up like a, I went up like a feather. Like I don't know if I tried to shoot in on him or we did something where I tied up with him and he just had me like I like the weight differential was massive at the time too. And he just the bigger guys he was training with, just sort of dwarfed me easily. So when he picked me up, it was almost like he, picked up it like an empty plastic bag. And I was on my way, bro. I was on my way to the mats and my hands were sort of behind me. And I was like, okay, this is a broken neck right here. I was probably maybe like 6 inches away from touching the mats with my face and my legs sort of like,
Yeah.
doing like the scorpion over me. And he just like gentle. He just like, but not gentle. It's Pearson, so nothing gentle. He just literally just like
It just
tapped the back of my head.
It just stopped enough.
No, he
time not to
yeah, he
kill
just
you.
literally tapped. No, he tapped the back of my head or my shoulder, and I just sort of rolled to the mat, like just not gently, but I just like rolled in like a nice easy break fall. And I turned around, and I was just like, whoa, man. He turns, and I jumped up, and he said, "You okay?" And I turned around, I was like, "Yeah, I'm good, man, thanks." He turns around, and goes, "No problem," and we just kept going. Like I was just like it was nothing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
That was the
he
case
almost
most
killed
of
me.
the time.
Same,
That's most of the case every time.
yeah, he
Like even when
he
you
almost killed me.
you get boom, you go hard. It's like, oh fuck, and then
Yeah,
you're okay. Yeah, I'm good. Keep going.
yeah, we're good. Let's go. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it happened often. No, man, it's like
Yeah,
it's
the
just
man almost killed
amazing.
me and saved my life in like
Listen,
8 seconds.
but listen, just for a second, bro, and I know you're gonna agree with me on this one. Like, out of that little dungeon,
Yeah.
and compared to all the other gyms in the city, how many
Ooh, it's
guys?
hard to do
How
that.
many guys made it to the UFC?
Compared to all the other. Ah, man, you know what? I'm not sure. I
Yeah,
haven't really thought about it, but I'm sure. Like,
at the time, up until a certain point, right? Because after we had more guys make it, right? But
yeah,
so we had Tony,
yeah.
we had
Tony Pearson,
Matt McDonald, Pearson,
not Matt McDonald.
not Matt McDonald.
Uh,
You know what I'm talking about.
Matt McDonald's. That's my brother right there, man.
Yeah,
But
oh, why am I?
but Magnus.
Maximus.
Magnus. Maximus. Why did I say Magnus? Magnus. Magnus made it.
He's not gonna like this.
No, Max.
If he's listening, he's not gonna like this at all.
Max.
Maximus.
Oh man.
Yeah. No, he made it, man. He got.
He's. You know what? He's actually from up here. He's actually from up here. He's originally from Sudbury. You didn't know that, huh?
No, I didn't know that. No.
Yeah, man.
No, he bugged me.
Guys.
He was bugging me the other day that I didn't have him on yet. I'm like, dude,
I saw him. I saw.
I'm like, dude, you're not really too much involved with the BJJ. I know you compete and you're a world champion.
Oh, he is. I think. Yeah, he won the Worlds last year. I saw him in Vegas last year.
All you see on his Instagram and his whole world is revolved around the fitness world, right? So.
Mhm. Yeah, but we need that too.
Yeah.
We definitely need that too.
Nah, man, he's a beast.
But yeah,
Have you seen him lately? He's a monster, man. Oh my god.
Yeah, dude. I was with him. I was with him for a little bit last year in Vegas, and he's still going. He's still got the same like spirit, same attitude, same like. He's always still going, man. Always listen. That man will always be amphibious to me, man.
No,
It was
man,
amazing.
No, man, we were pretty fortunate to have been at the right place at the right time with the right people.
Yep.
I'm so grateful, man.
Yeah,
I had
definitely.
so many good memories from there. So many good times. It was a lot of fun.
How much? What kind of time are we looking at right now?
We have about 25 minutes.
Guys, bring in some questions. Let's see what we got. I want to get to your
Well, and
questions.
listen, besides the glass story, what's the one crazy story you remember the most that comes up? Like if you had to
No,
talk about like madness,
no, thank you.
come on, one.
Oh, with
Like
what,
with
Maximus?
training. No, with training. Like in general.
No, no, thank you.
you did.
I decline. I decline. I
You're
decline to
afraid you
answer
might be
that.
incriminated for it.
Well, hold on a second. Why did? Yeah, yeah. No, not me, dude. I'll leave it at that. Why did they call me monkey? There was a what plans you have open up? Okay, real quick, Lorenz, give me 1 second. So why did they call me monkey? There was a I was we were on the mats one day. We were training, and Matt Silvio was we were doing like a like some self defense, and he was, or I don't know if it was actually self defense or he was just trying to beat me with a stick. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but I was just
The
boogieing,
Shinai.
man.
The Shinai.
Yeah, it was just, it was, and I was like, he was like, hey, listen, what would you naturally do? You know what I mean? I was just like, all right, man. I was up, down, moving, running. I was all over. Yeah, like, all right, fifth. That's right, Smokey. I plead the fifth. I'm saying nothing. So he was trying to get me with a stick, and then I think it was actually Dan Maroney who turned around and said, he said, look at the guys running around. No, it was my Sylvia said, they have you jumping around like a monkey, and then sorry, Danny Maroney turns around and
Yeah,
says,
yeah.
macaco, and he turns, and then and then that was it. Master Silva turned around and said, no. It's macaquinho safado. So he turned around, he said, oh man, it's not just a monkey, it's a bad little monkey, man. He says, it's just more than bad. You know, I said, man, and at first I didn't understand. I said, okay, let's go. And then after that, it was just
Dude,
like I never really like entertained it. Not say I didn't entertain it, but you know, it's one of those things. Like
Macaquinho
once you get
Safado
hit,
was way better than a
yeah.
nickname.
Yeah.
Way better than a nickname I
Once,
got stuck with, man.
oh man, listen,
Mine was not the greatest nicknames, man.
yeah, but you know what? Listen, it's the ones.
But you gotta be careful.
What's going on? What's going on, Robbie?
You gotta be careful what you say sometimes, especially back in the day, because you would get
Man,
stuck with that
Pink. Listen, Pink.
Pinkerton.
Hi, Beans. My daughter's on. Hi, Beans.
Hi. Hope you're good.
So, yeah, it was just like one of those things that stuck. Hello.
Yeah, you don't want to know what
Uh-oh.
my nickname is, man.
See, there it goes.
Nice lights going off.
But yeah, you know, when it was just like every time he saw me or every time, San, what's going on? Santana, what's going on? But
yeah, no,
when you guys coming back up here?
It was perfect.
I'll come get you guys in a few days, all right? But yeah, it was just like then, you know, it was just like man, one time, second time, third time. So it just sort of, it just sticks. You know what I mean? It just sticks, and whether you like it or not, you get it. You know what I mean? I think Pinky got it pretty bad. You know what I mean?
Pink in the brain, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, he got it because he was always with Wayne.
Yeah, it's because of Wayne.
Pinky just went with it. Pink was like, you know what? If I don't say anything, hopefully it'll go away. He was said to me once. He goes, you know, if I don't say anything, hopefully it'll go away, and it never went away.
And eventually, just kind of like, whatever. It is what it is. You know.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Hey, you know what? But it isn't just like that. I say this. People say it is what it is. Just like, take it. You know what? It is what you make it. Whatever it is, you make it whatever you want it to be, man. So it is what it is. Nah, it is what you make it, right? So take it and move it. Move it in your direction. Take it and
yeah.
Make it yours.
Well, you know, it's one of those things. Like sometimes it's a little bit out of your control. What are you gonna say?
Yeah.
What are you gonna say? No, I don't want that nickname. Well, I don't like it. It's
Do
even worse. If you say you don't like it, it's even worse because you know how.
One dia.
To bem, Valtinho.
A lot.
So
man,
like,
these guys are great.
You know how it is, man. Like you can't. You just gotta run with it because if you make it like you don't like it, then we would just push it.
Oh, just massage it, just rub it, just twist it a bit, just twist it.
Yeah, no. So you're just like, it's the funny thing is the second I said it out of my mouth, and you saw Master Silvio smile on his face, I'm like, oh man, this can't be good. And yeah,
take it,
and it was there, and it stuck for a while. I much prefer Professor Costa.
Yeah, it's man. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes some people say some things. It's like, no, I get it. Know what I mean? But hey, be careful who you talk to and how you talk to some people. You can have a nickname, but don't be derogatory about it. Right?
Yeah.
That's for sure. It's always going to be. Listen, it's always going to be enduring. Anything beyond that is repercussions. Leave it at that. Who's your favorite opponent? Who's my favorite opponent in MMA? I just loved MMA. You know what I mean? Like, when you say favorite, like, I mean, there were some guys that I really like.
Like that's
That I
people,
liked,
but weren't as
like there's people that I got along with. You know what I mean? There was people I didn't like. You know what I mean? People, like, I don't know. Like all of my fights are sort of like personal to me. So it's like I can't like put one opponent over another. You know what I mean?
hear
Like
you, man.
there was some opponents that I just didn't like, and we ended up getting along after, and some that I sort of liked. I was like, nah, I don't really like this guy now. You know what I mean? But favorite? Oh, I don't know. It's like
They're all part of
like
it.
I think I got along. I think for the most part, I got along with like everybody.
What about what was your most
Well, for the
okay?
most part.
Let me change it a little bit. What was your most memorable fight? Not necessarily the opponent, but the fight. Which one was your most memorable one? Was it winning the UCC title?
No. Well, yes and no. You know what I mean? Like, but like I think the original Showtime.
Yeah.
That happened too.
That shit was cool, man.
That happened too. Man, there was actually, you know what? That wasn't even like the crazy one, man. There was actually there was actually like crazier ones than that. But I think the ones. Do you remember which jiu-jitsu whole competition that I remember the most? What was really tough? The worlds are always really tough. I think the first time I fought the worlds, you know what I mean? Like,
man, it was tight.
The first time I fought the first time I fought the worlds ever was in I fought as a blue belt.
Oh, okay.
And it was it was
in Brazil.
Nah, and that's back when the worlds. I'm not going to disrespect how the worlds are done now. Not nothing like that. But back when the worlds were like. The worlds, like I remember that was in Tijuca Tennis Club. That was like in Rio de Janeiro. Like it was. You know what I mean? Like I just loved the atmosphere. I loved being there. Oh yeah, everybody was super hostile. Everybody was super friendly. Like it was like the people who were with you to die. You know what I mean? The people who were against you were there to kill you. You know what I mean?
Not to take away from what's going on, but before I forget, like, that was one of the things. Like, if I have to say, I have a regret. Was not being able to go down with you guys when you went down. You know, because I feel I missed out on a few things there.
Listen, for the choices we make for the choices we make in life. For the choices we make in life, right? We gain something, but we have to lose something for it. So everything that I was gaining, all right, I was losing something else for it. Everything that you were losing, you were gaining something else for. So you can't look at it as like I regret this. I got I got what you're trying to say. You know what I mean? You're like, I wish I could have really done this, but you gained a lot by not going, right? I lost a lot by not going, right? So
no, like
right? So I lost. So I lost a lot by going, but I gained a lot by going.
One, I was by myself at the time. I had basically a job and had to fend for myself. I didn't really have anyone
100%
to me, so I couldn't just pick up and go.
Exactly.
You know, I had a career, I had a job, and I wasn't willing to lose my job.
Yep.
So it was
yeah, absolutely.
And I just
you asked me. Wait, my cousin,
and I couldn't afford it. But
yeah.
That being said, I agree with what you said, because remember, every time you guys went to Brazil, you know, Professor Shaw and I put in some extra mat time. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. But then you guys held down the fort too, right? So it was like
we held the fort, and we trained really, really hard because we knew you guys were going to come back better, and we needed to step up our game if you wanted to keep up. So.
Okay.
Who you got?
Sorry.
Gaethje or Khabib?
Gaethje or Khabib? The fans.
Yeah, the fans.
The fans win. Doesn't matter. The fans win. The fans are gonna win. That's it. Know what I mean? Listen, that fight is like, who do I want to win? Man, I don't know. Know what I mean? But
I like both guys. I
like them both. I like them both. I got nothing against either one.
For different reasons.
Yeah.
I like them both for different reasons, and I don't want to see either one of them lose, and that's kind of tough. But that's what makes for a good fight, though. Right?
Yeah. That's right, Adam. You win, I win. Professor Marco wins. We all win, man.
I can't wait.
We all win. And you know what? And they're gonna win too, man. They're gonna make. They're gonna make a little bit of money. They're gonna, they have their jobs back at least. That's a good thing, right? Comes down to grappling or striking, right? Who can control what better, right?
Whoever
Like people
derives
put
it
put
to their
striking.
game, man. Whoever
Listen,
plays their game better.
people people put like striking past Khabib, like he can't hit. One
Uh,
thing I learned about wrestlers is they hit really hard. They're not really technical hitters, but when they
really?
touch you, you
Didn't we
feel it,
just talk
right?
about
Yeah,
Pearson a couple of minutes ago?
yeah. And wrestlers hit really hard, right? They punch
Yeah,
from their
man.
feet. You know what I mean? They put a lot of inertia in it. And not to say sometimes it's not the cleanest, but when it hits you, it's coming from their feet, right?
Hmm.
So it's a
It
heavy hit. It's
it
not just a
hurts.
back punch or a pivot punching, right? Um, Listen, and to turn around and say Gaethje can't take care of himself on the ground,
Man,
that's not true
he's an
either.
All
They both
American, multiple
they
time
can
All
both, yeah,
American. He's good, man.
yeah,
So
yeah, absolutely. Right? So
I think what's his
he's not
name,
good.
Josh the Punk Thompson. I think he had a good thing that he was saying. It's like that makes sense. He's like Khabib's wrestling is on another level, and just because you might be like a really good freestyle wrestler from the US doesn't mean you're gonna do well against Khabib, because they're doing different things, man. They're doing cage wrestling, they're doing like foot sweeps and sambo
Yeah,
takedowns. He's doing things that is not your typical freestyle, right? So he can
yeah,
throw people off, and that's I think where it could get complicated for like everybody thinks if he faces a good wrestler, he's going to be in trouble. I don't think so, man. I think it's going to be
yeah.
super competitive, So
Hey, listen. We can plan a pretty picnic, but we can't predict the weather, right? So
yeah.
to turn around and say, this should happen, that man, I live by that, man. Like,
Either
you know,
way, it's
yeah,
going to be a good fight, man. I like both
yeah,
guys.
for
It's going to be
sure,
awesome.
absolutely,
Definitely.
absolutely, man.
So we got about 10 minutes, I think, brother. 10 minutes.
Let's pass in some more questions about. Oh, sorry, Lorenz. How about the return? You know what? We're gonna have to be smart about. We're gonna have to do it sort of slowly. Like, listen. I have my opinions. I'm not a doctor, but I have my opinions. And what are your thoughts
Frouxo.
on combat, BJJ? My thoughts on combat, BJJ. What do you mean?
That Eddie Bravo, the Eddie
Like
Bravo
slapping
stuff.
is?
Yeah, the Eddie Bravo stuff.
No, I don't know. Like, I wasn't sure what the question was about. What's the plan for getting back? Listen. I think, right, and again, like a lot of, whoa, when are we opening up? Oh, I can't even tell you when. You know what I mean? I don't.
Listen, guys.
I'm
Listen.
not in. I'm not in control of that. Know what I mean? But I can tell you, like, I was all for people staying like separated and stuff like that. And like the numbers are coming in a little bit different. I think if you're healthy and you can remain healthy and you want to do something, keep your numbers low. Try to be try to be smart about it. I don't think we should be like okay, let's put it this way. You guys see what happened in Toronto this weekend about everybody at the park? You know what I mean? Like I don't think that was the smartest thing to do. But I don't think we should be like closing off businesses and people shouldn't be moving. I don't think we should go extreme on one side. I think we just be like be intelligent about it. Know what I mean? Have some common sense and like
Well, there's plenty of
is there
protocols, man. There's plenty
listen
of protocols right
listen
now from all the academies and
is there
all
something
people,
going
right?
on?
So there's lots of things that are being discussed as to how we can open slowly and smartly. There's plenty of information out
Yeah,
there, and I'm looking at it.
exactly, Lorenz.
You're looking at it, and we're all looking at these ideas of how we're going to do it safely. So it's just a matter of time and deciding when we're given the green light, how we're going to go about it smartly. We can't just people you have to understand,
Well,
like we can't just open the door and come back and everybody goes and rolls, because that's all you want. I know you guys, that's what you guys want. You want
yeah,
to know when you're going to roll.
I think you can. I think you can, but I think you should do it in smaller numbers. I think you got to be clean about it. Is there something going on? Yeah, absolutely. Know what I mean? Obviously, things are happening. People are getting really sick, but it's just like everything else. Like the world does this. It keeps recycling. What's your thoughts about rolling within a small circle? Or what's your small circle though? Know what I mean? Like, I've trained in a room where I had 100 people, and a small circle would be 20. You know what I mean? So like, I think you should keep it. I think you should keep it small. I think you should keep the numbers low and be healthy about it, man. Like use some common sense. You know what I mean? Can you roll in small circles? Are we allowed to? I don't know. Know what I mean? Do I think people should start
Well, I know that
coming out of their bubble a little bit?
I think
I
there's some
think so.
people getting
I
back.
think if you're going to start drilling, 20 or less.
No.
I still think 20 is a little bit of a high number, just so we can sort of have a little bit of control. I would say, listen, if you have 6, That's still a lot, you know what I mean? I say 6 only because the numbers are even, you know what I mean? Or if you guys want to roll in a group of 5, you guys are healthy, you know what I mean? And you guys are not interacting with people with people who can't risk getting sick, you know what I mean? So,
Mm-hmm.
so I know, okay, for myself, I'm moderately healthy. I can go back and forth, and even if I get sick, I should be able to recover from it. But if I'm going to be around people who are going to get sick, you know what I mean, easily, well, man, I got to sort of take that into consideration. Like, if I'm going to be around my mom who's like, got some problem with her respiratory system, well, I got to be responsible for her. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Don, man, I'm up north, man, and it's warmer up here than it is down there. It's all countryside. But yeah, so if like I'm responsible, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
that's exactly
okay,
it, man. You got to be
listen,
responsible. We have
I'll say that.
responsibility, man, to
Listen,
people,
listen.
our
I'll
families. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like we got to be smart about
I'll
it,
say
man.
this. Before the virus, all right? Before the virus, who was responsible for your safety and security? All right. So after the virus, you can't turn around and put that on somebody else. All right. You can't turn around and say like, well, it's okay because they're going to tell me what to do. Like if you get sick, right? Yeah, 100%. No, I hear you, Ren.
Sundays at
I hear you,
noon.
Ren. Like I
Sundays,
am big time, man.
Sundays at noon.
Man,
Oh,
I 100% agree with you, and it's killing me, man. I'm just like, yo, where are my people? Know what I mean? Like, just to see some of them or talk to them, small circles that, like,
yeah,
yeah, you're
yeah.
right.
Because everybody's discussing the same things. You're right, Igor. We're all around.
Yeah.
All academy owners are along the same lines, right? We're just waiting for the green light to whether it's smaller
Listen,
groups or
I don't think
So
an all-out open mat would be like the smartest thing right now. I'm gonna get guys who've been training over here and over there because again, I don't know where I don't want to get sick,
no, I think
and I don't want to pass it to. Yeah, I don't want to
wait,
pass
hang
it to
on,
my
hold on,
loved ones either.
hold on.
Right.
I think she just
Okay.
referring to Sundays at noon, open mat. We missed those. I think that's what she meant.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh, 100%. No, I'm just referring to the fact that somebody's asking like, should we get to an open mat too? No, I don't think right now it should be. Oh, do I have planning
It's
on
kind of
screening?
well. I mean, the only thing
I would
that
like
people are
to.
recommending. Hang on, let me answer this one count. I think the only people are recommending
Yeah.
there's these like laser type things you point. It gives you people's
Yeah.
temperature, but that's all you can
Yeah.
really do is check people's temperature. Other than that,
Yeah.
there's not much I can do about that. We can do other than cleaning everything all the time,
100.
being super
100%.
diligent
Guys,
about
stay safe.
keeping clean. You
Yeah.
know,
Well, we should always be. Our life should have always been like that.
disinfect
Stay
everything.
safe.
You know.
Yeah. Dude, clean your gi. You know what I mean? Wash your gi when you're done. Don't come in here after like training in the same gi like 8, 9 times. That's disgusting. Come on, man. You know what I mean? Go take a shower when you're done. Because you know what? We were getting things like, when I'm gonna. Oh man, hopefully soon. Hopefully, man. Hopefully I can get on that. Yeah, guys, push for it.
You gotta
I'm
listen.
game.
You gotta bother the right people, man.
Yeah, that's right, man.
You gotta bother the right people, and you gotta
Wearing
keep pushing.
masks, I don't think.
You can't.
I don't think
You
wearing.
can't.
Yeah.
I don't think wearing masks while you
Uh,
train is intelligent. It's not smart.
yeah, wash. Yeah, wash. You're right, Sarah. Wash your gi, man. Like wash your gear. Wash everything. Just like nobody. We don't. I mean, it sucked when we were getting ringworm and staph infection and stuff like that. Now it's like, oh, all right, well, you can get this stuff and it might kill you. So, man, we should take care of ourselves. You know what I mean? Like,
Staph might kill you too. That stuff is bad.
yeah, man.
Yeah. No, I think the thing
Yeah,
that
listen.
people don't understand. I think that people have to understand with the masks that if they're not the proper type masks, you can't train.
You're wasting
with
your
them.
time.
No, you can't train with them because of
Yeah.
H2O poisoning. You're breathing your own air all the time, and you're like,
Yeah.
it's not healthy. You cannot be training with masks on.
101, Ren. That's right. 101. That's it. Like, just man. And guys, when you go home, I don't know. Like, I had having a conversation. Wash your food.
Why, man? Listen, you know what sucks
wash
about
your.
this?
I don't understand. People don't wash their food. Wash your chicken. Wash the beef. Wash the meat, dude.
Listen, man. You know what? We got sucked right back in. We started with the COVID thing. We didn't want to talk about the COVID thing, and we're being sucked right back in, man.
No, man. But yeah, no.
5 minutes, everyone. 5 minutes. Anything else you guys?
Let's go. What you guys got? 5 minutes.
Yeah, for sure. Vinegar is better than all the other crap they got out there, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Johnny Cage. Man,
Oh
late,
no!
always late.
but always here.
But always here.
Always late, but always here.
What's going on, Frankie?
Yeah, throw your questions out quick so I can get them. Okay, what's my favorite move?
Ashton,
my favorite move is jiu-jitsu.
Come on, man.
Jiu-jitsu.
Triangle.
Jiu-jitsu.
Triangle all day, every day.
Grading this year, you're getting graded every year. Ren, you're getting graded every year. Every time you get on the mats. We miss you
no
too.
No idea, Lorenz. No idea, girl. Too
we're
early,
getting, Lorenz, we're getting...
too early to tell. Yeah. We all miss
Bubba's going to be right back up here.
We all miss everybody. We all miss everyone. We miss the match. We miss the people. We miss jiu-jitsu.
How do you feel about the gauntlet? Ah, beautiful. We still do it. We still do it. A lot of people, some people do, some people don't.
I don't do it anymore, only because I want to save the, hang on, it's because I want to save the time for Shark Tank instead. I want to see people die in the 1 hour roll. I'd rather see that because at least you get to see at least we get to see their skill.
Look at my daughter just asked. Yes, you have a favorite kid.
Yes, yes, he does. You.
No, you know what she's thinking? She's thinking champ. I love you guys all the same.
Yeah.
Oh man.
See the Shark Tank, man. People like that.
Yeah.
Because they almost died.
Absolutely, man.
Well, I like it
for sure.
because I want to see. Remember, like we
listen. My thing. Okay, listen.
Hang on. There's only 3 minutes left, so give me a chance to explain this. Because
okay,
I have affiliates, and sometimes I don't see a lot of these people.
Oh.
Right. And then if they're coming in for grading, and they're going for a belt, I want to make sure that they have some skill. So I want to see the roll.
100%.
So I want to see that 1 hour roll, man. I want to see what you got. If you're gonna get that belt, I want to see what you got. And sometimes I don't get to see them all the time.
Tank.
Because
so I say this, Tank. Right? Listen. Tank and Corridor. I find they're both utilized properly. If you utilize a Corridor properly, it's not malicious. It's a rite of passage. It's not like I want to just hurt somebody or whatever. I tell my guys, listen, if I see you guys doing anything malicious, and listen, I've been guilty of it before too, and I had to learn that lesson. I had to learn the lesson. It was like I was sent down. I was sent down the line myself.
Listen, Ego recently, man, he posted a picture of me whipping somebody. I was like, man, now there's incriminatory evidence.
Listen.
Evidence.
I 100% believe in the gauntlet. I 100% believe if you're trying to be malicious to somebody, you should pass through backwards with no shirt. All right. So I mean, like
oh, the double Soto Gary, that got.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah, that happens too.
That only happened like 4 times, and then Master Barry's like, nope, because we literally.
Yeah.
A
couple people got really hurt. You can't break fall.
We almost broke.
Almost hurt somebody. Yeah.
Papi Loco's back.
Because you can't break fall and it's all neck, right?
We heard Papi Loco's back, and he was like, that was after that. Master Barry's like,
no,
you can't do that anymore.
Yeah. But again, as long as it's not done out of malice, it's all done out of love. It's all done out of thing. I know some people say, "Oh, you'll never get to whip me." I'm like, "You'll never earn a belt." You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if somebody puts one on you; it's like you're gonna earn it. I mean, like, but yeah, I think earning is.
Yeah, Papi was a monster. He's still a monster. Have you seen him? Have you seen that guy lately? Good God, man.
Oh yeah. He's fighting a good fight right now too. Yeah. He's on duty, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I'd love to see him back to doing some things, though, man. You know,
the man's so busy.
He can do some things. He can do some things.
That's amazing. That's right. That's right, Frankie. You know what I mean?
20 seconds remaining. Plug whatever you want to plug. Quick.
There. Kings Canada Fighters Market.
Thanks a lot, Monkey. Love you, bro.
Hey, listen.
Take care, bro.
Love you guys. I'll see you guys soon. No comment.